Here are 12 things you should not waste your money on. Pre-cut fruits. Have you ever seen those pre-cut fruit packs they sell at the supermarket? I never buy them. They're more expensive. A whole pineapple costs significantly less than pre-cut chunks. But that's not the only reason. Once fruit is cut, it loses its nutrients faster and also spoils more quickly. And with melons, for example, I've noticed that they tend to cut them before the melon is ripe, so then it just tastes pretty bland. And I've even sometimes seen mold on those pre-cut fruits. So what I prefer to do is buy the whole fruit, let it ripen in my kitchen if necessary, and then enjoy it when it's at its best. Pre-cut fruit also carries a high risk of bacterial contamination. And what really bothers me is the plastic packaging. When I'm at the supermarket, I see all these shelves filled with plastic containers of pre-cut fruit. Just think of all that unnecessary waste. A whole fruit doesn't need plastic wrapping, so I'd much rather buy that. Lottery tickets. What would you do if you won $1 million? Or maybe even $100 million? You've probably thought about that at least once in your life. I know I have. But I hate to break it to you, buying lottery tickets isn't what's going to get you there. The odds of winning the Mega Millions jackpot in the US or the Powerball jackpot are about 1 in 300 million. So with a population of around 340 million, that basically means you have to beat out every single person in the US to win that jackpot. Just think about that for a second. To put that into perspective, you're 4 times more likely to get hit by an asteroid. But I don't see anyone worrying about that. And what's sad is that most lottery tickets are bought by people from lower income groups who could really use every single dollar. The truth is, you will never win the lottery. If you are buying lottery tickets every week or every month, you'll be much better off in 10 years if you take that money and instead save and invest it. Items on sale you don't need. Has this ever happened to you? You walk into a shop without the intention of buying anything, and then this discounted jacket catches your eye. It's 50% off. It used to be $200 and now it's only $100. You don't really need another jacket, but this is such a steal. In the Netherlands we have this saying that if something is heavily discounted, you're a thief of your own wallet if you don't buy it. So let's try it on. And before you know it, you leave the shop with that jacket and $100 less in your bank account. The thing is, when you see an item on sale, your brain fixates on the original price, $200. And this makes the discounted price seem like an amazing deal. Wow, it's 50% off, even if the sale price isn't actually good value. This is called the anchoring effect, and stores use this to their advantage. It's very possible that the original price of that jacket wasn't $200, but the store inflated the price to then make the discount look more attractive. Buying items on sale can also lead to impulse purchases. As a minimalist, I want to be intentional about the things that I bring into my home. Minimalism is about removing excess and distractions to create space for what truly matters. And I don't want to give that up just because something is discounted. If you're not intentional about your purchasing decisions, it's so easy to fill your house with stuff again after you've decluttered it. Now, to help with that, there are rules like the 1 out, 1 in rule, the 90-90 rule, and so on. A rule that I've set for myself is that I'm not allowed to buy items on sale that I don't need, unless I thought it through. Like last year in the summer, I needed a linen shirt, and I was glad I was able to get that at a discounted price. If you'd like to hear more tips like this, I write a newsletter about how to live with less and bring more calm into your life. So if that sounds interesting, there's a sign-up link in the description below. Cigarettes. I can't think of many worse things to spend your money on than cigarettes. And I would know, I have first-hand experience. I was a smoker for a good part of my late teens and my 20s. I'm from the Netherlands, and when I quit, a pack of 20 Marlboro cigarettes was around €5. Now it's €11.50 or $12 US. If you smoke a pack a day, that's $372 per month. Let's say you quit today. In 20 years, you will have saved $89,000. 20 years is not an unreasonable amount of time, given that many smokers smoke for decades. But if you invest those $372 every month in the S&P 500, which has had an average annual return of 10% over the last 100 years, your investment will be worth $255,000 in 20 years. That's the power of compound interest. Just think about that. But what if you don't quit and keep smoking for the next 20 years? Well, one thing you won't have is those $250,000 in your investment account. But you're also 2 to 3 times more likely to die prematurely from heart disease, a stroke, respiratory illness, or cancer than a non-smoker. I quit by reading Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking. I genuinely wanted to quit, and with that book it was kinda easy for me. So if you're a smoker and you also want to quit, I hope you will give that book a try. And if you're still struggling after using the book, This American Life did a great episode on it, where producer Sean Cole shares his struggle with kicking his 35-year addiction to smoking, trying Alan Carr's method, and then discussing his battle with Andrew Huberman. I'll link to that episode in the description. Soda. I never liked 7-Up, Fanta or Sprite. To me they always tasted too chemical. I did drink Coke occasionally as a teenager, but I don't drink it anymore. When I was in law school, I went on exchange to Canada for a semester, and I was shocked when I went to a local McDonald's. Now, you probably know if you go to McDonald's, you can order a regular menu and supersize that menu. Our supersized menu in the Netherlands was their regular menu in Canada, which you could then supersize. So people were walking away from the counter with these huge sodas. And then there were the free refills, which at the time you also didn't have in the Netherlands. I don't know about now, I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time, but someone could order a menu there, and when they left the McDonald's, they could have drunk like 2 liters of Coke. That's so bad for you. Soda is packed with added sugars, it's bad for your teeth, and it's full of artificial sweeteners, colorings, and preservatives. So I don't drink soda. I drink water, tea, and occasionally a coffee. It's much better for you. Dynamic pricing for concert tickets. Dynamic pricing is when you want to buy a ticket for a concert of your favorite artist or band, and the ticket price increases when there's high demand. This happened last year when Oasis announced their reunion tour. Now, Oasis is my favorite band. I was fortunate enough to see them a few times in the 2000s, but they broke up in 2009. So when they finally announced their reunion last year, I was like, I gotta have tickets for Wembley. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any. I was like number 526,000 or something in the queue. It was crazy. Of the ones that did get through, often after waiting for hours, many saw inflated prices. A standard ticket that was originally advertised for 150 British pounds, which is about $190, was now listed for 350 pounds or $440. I think that's a disgrace. Almost $200 for a concert ticket is already a ton of money, and it doesn't even include travel, possibly a hotel stay, food and drink. So to then jack up the price by more than 100% just to maximize profit is disgusting, especially when there's a cost of living crisis where so many people are struggling to make ends meet. Going to a concert of your favorite artist can be a welcome break from that, something you may have even saved up for. And to then get screwed over like that? Yeah, I'm sorry, that just really angers me. New car. When you buy a new car, it basically loses 20 to 30% of its retail value the moment you drive it out of the dealership, and up to 50% in the first few years. So you're really burning cash if you buy a new car. It may be appealing to have this shiny new vehicle, but the reality is you're paying for the privilege of being the first owner. And that's just a bad trade when a much cheaper second-hand car gets you from A to B just as fast. And it's not just the depreciation that makes a new car something you shouldn't waste money on. Many people don't have the cash to pay for a new car in full, so they have to take out car loans. And depending on how long it takes you to pay off those car loans, the interest you pay on that loan can really add up. And insurance premiums also tend to be higher for brand new cars than for used ones. And think about the opportunity costs. I just mentioned what you could do with the money you save when you quit smoking cigarettes. But the same goes for when you buy a second-hand car. Instead of having to pay off a car loan with interest, you could use that money that you now save to invest and grow that money. Same day or next day shipping. In 1989, Freddie Mercury already sang, "I want it all and I want it now." In today's world, it seems like everything always needs to be faster, faster, and then faster again. And same-day shipping is a good example of that. But same-day or next-day delivery is more expensive than standard shipping and is often unnecessary. Fast shipping can also encourage you to buy more as there's instant gratification, and that can lead to impulsive spending and potentially clutter your home. I don't mind waiting a bit longer. Standard shipping is fine by me, and it also saves me a bit of money. Baby Nikes. So sometimes when I go out, I see babies or toddlers wearing these tiny Nike sneakers, and it looks so cute. But I can't help but think that it's such a waste of money. Branded kids' shoes are easily 3 to 4 times more expensive than regular ones. But babies don't need branded shoes. They can't even walk. And babies' feet also grow quickly, so they need new shoes every 2 to 3 months. And for a toddler, maybe it's every 3 to 4 months. So if you keep buying them branded shoes instead of buying regular ones, that's really going to add up. And it just doesn't make financial sense. I'm not saying you shouldn't splurge on your kids. I mean, money spent on your kids is money spent well. But think about it. Babies, they don't care about brands or style or fashion. They care about comfort. And what are you teaching them about money when you buy them baby Nikes? Special occasion buys. When I just started working as a lawyer, my boss got married. I was invited for the evening and the dress code was black tie. But I didn't own a tuxedo or smoking. I had just bought my first suit to wear to the office. So I rented a tuxedo for the evening. And instead of buying shoes, I decided to buy a pair of pricey black patent leather Oxford shoes. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a type of high-gloss, shiny leather. When I showed up at the wedding, I noticed that literally every male colleague who was there was just wearing their regular matte black shoes that they wore to work. So I had just wasted a bunch of money. I never wore those shoes again. They were too shiny to really pair with anything else, and they're also a bit pointy. I just didn't really like them. So they just gathered dust in the back of a closet for many years, until I decided to get rid of them. I didn't even bother trying to sell them, I just donated them. Unless there really is no alternative, special occasion buys that you only wear or use once just strikes me as a waste of money. After the event, those items are usually tucked away where the sun don't shine. Shine. After the event, those items are usually tucked away where the sun don't shine, as Liam Gallagher would say. In those cases, renting, borrowing, or buying secondhand makes much more sense. Extended warranties. When you buy something online, like on Amazon or the Apple website, you may see this upsell. Do you want to buy an extended warranty? But that's just a waste of money, a way for them to make more. It's often overpriced and they count on you not using it. Products already come with a manufacturer's warranty, so an extended warranty is just an unnecessary add-on. And just because you bought an extended warranty doesn't mean every repair is covered. There's often a ton of exceptions in the fine print. If you buy quality products, you don't need an extended warranty. And with tech products especially, you may want to upgrade before you ever get to use your extended warranty. Now, I'm all for not upgrading your tech products every year. I mean, my iPhone 12 is 4.5 years old and it's still totally fine. I use it every day without any issue. But there is a limit to how long tech products last. So that's why you shouldn't buy extended warranties. Credit card interest. I talked about compound interest when I mentioned quitting smoking and taking that money and investing it in the S&P 500. But that also works in the opposite direction. The interest on your credit card debt also compounds. You'll pay interest on top of interest. And if you don't pay it off, your debt can grow quickly. Because credit card interest rates are ridiculously high, easily above 20%. So let's say you have $10,000 in credit card debt with an interest rate of 20%. If you pay it off on day one in one lump sum, you pay $10,000. But if you only pay $200 per month, it will take you more than 9 years to pay off the balance. And you'll pay almost $12,000 in interest. That's more than your original debt. So I'm not exaggerating when I say it's incredibly expensive to carry a credit card balance when you're only making minimum payments. You could have done much more meaningful things with that money. You could have paid off that debt, built an emergency fund, or saved for retirement. You don't need that stress and financial pressure in your life. Carrying credit card debt also hurts your credit score, making it more difficult to get favorable rates when you want to get a loan in the future. And you can get stuck in a vicious cycle because you're borrowing more money to cover your credit card payments. So spending money on credit card interest is really a waste. And the solution is simple. Just pay off your monthly balance every month or don't use credit cards at all. I don't know how possible that is in the US, but where I'm from, the Netherlands, most people pay for things with their debit card, using money that's actually in their bank account. So those are 12 things you should not waste your money on. If you want to know what I think are 21 expensive things that are worth every penny, you may want to check out this video right here. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you got some value out of it, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.